Hello and welcome back, everyone, to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries run through of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night on hard mode. And in this episode, Pasquerdet is continuing to go through the Galleon Minerva. Ooh, a tattered scarf. Slightly better defense, please. Except it's mine, not defense. Damn it! You may be wondering why I'm actually so concerned about defense. Well, as Pasquerdet mentioned in the past part, the damage formula very specifically is not geared fairly towards the early game for a hard mode. Yeah, you'll notice that I took 40 points of damage there. That's a fourth of my entire HP.
Oh, that was a big guy. Of course, a big guy's gonna hit hard.
Although that is a big guy, you'll notice I take about between 30 and 40 points of damage from literally everything on the boat.
Yeah, well, you got to be more careful.
Oh, how can I be more careful with the enemy density as it is, Mr. Cloud? There's double ghosts there that home in on you. There's a flame cannon that makes it so you can't sit there that long. Ugh. Enemy density is the big issue that hard mode ends up throwing at you. To be perfectly honest, the increased damage output is actually tolerable, and it would be mostly ignored under the normal enemy density. But with the increased enemy density, you end up having to play the game significantly safer than you would normally want to.
It just reminds me of playing through Resident Evil 7 Madhouse difficulty. With that turned into, okay, I'm at typewriter A. My goal is to get to typewriter B. Now, how do I do this?
And the correct answer, of course, is just to go into the sandbox mode and cheat in the minigun.
See, that's the thing. I think I actually did do a playthrough of 7 without using any of the cheat codes. You can. They let you do it. Say, no, you like Infinite Magnum? Use Infinite Magnum. You like Infinite Health? Have Infinite Health. It's not quite the same, though.
It's not, honestly. The only way I was actually able to finish Resident Evil 2 was because I had access to the Infinite Rocket Launcher and Infinite Chain Gun.
Infinite Rocket Launcher would be pretty effective at RE2.
I remember specifically really enjoying playing with the Infinite Chain Gun, despite the fact that I could tell that very specifically it just totally neuters everything in Resident Evil 2.
So here's what you do: you make it, instead of a game about not dying, you make it a game about not getting hit. Huh? Huh? You see, and wouldn't that be an interesting spin?
I wasn't good enough when I was playing RE2 for at the time in order for that to be viable. Ow!
Lorraine, I am your density. I mean, I am your. What do you call? What do you call a chest that you're bound to run into?
Predetermined item placement?
They call it your chestiny.
Alright, so the whole reason why we want to get up here is because at the very end of this, by using flashing air kick, we can get over here in order to pick up this pirate hat, which is a slightly better helm than well, not slightly better, but a different helm for us that we could attempt to use for the upcoming fight. It is not a helm that we will be using, obviously, because it doesn't actually give us more defense than the Dolheimer helm currently does.
Giant Rat has been destroyed. Now the game is going to spawn an Earth monster from the deck with 1,500 attack points or less in attack mode, and then it will shuffle the deck.
Oh, it's not going to spawn one monster with 1,500 or less attack, Mr. Cloud. It's going to spawn 224 monsters with 1,500 or less attack. Because, welcome to our first grinding part, everybody. I hope you brought chips.
I love grinding. And I did bring my chips. I already ate them.
Alright, so the monster that I'm going to go grind on is not actually available in normal mode. This is one of the changes that hard mode made to this specific room. Hey, look, it's our friend Doa Hammerhead.
And there's another one, and there's another one. get another one. Oh, what fun.
Yeah. So Double Hammerhead hits me right now for about 50 points of damage, meaning I can only take 3 hits before I have to go out and heal. Thankfully, I've got access to a relatively close safe zone. But I absolutely cannot clear Galleon Minerva without doing this grinding. The grinding that we're doing here is not actually for experience, believe it or not. We're not trying to get Miriam specifically to be all that stronger. No, we're after the shard. And we're gonna be here grinding to get 9 Dollar Hammerheads. And now I can't actually beat Vepar without 9 Dollar Hammerheads, but I need at the very least 7 of them in order to actually take down Vepar. And the whole reason why is because, well, this is the first boss in the game, so we don't have access to the shop yet. So we have exactly 3 fucking potions right now. Exactly. And we can't restore them.
Ooh, yeah, these guys are rather nasty. These guys never stop spawning, do they?
They do not. But
That's
there's our first shard. Now you may be wondering, well, the Hammerhead, I recall not actually being all that worthwhile since during the random, I'm not entirely sure if I showed it off during the rando or not, but Pascal is quoted very often as saying that Double Hammerhead is actually one of the worst familiars. This is very true. For combat, Double Hammerhead is actually pretty bad, but I need the damage steroid, and I need the damage steroid explicitly because I cannot do the damage race without.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, this is I actually.
Welcome to Gurdat's mixing studio.
Yeah, I didn't actually edit this as close as I was supposed to, but that is our first major jump cut. Behold, we have 4 of the 5 fucking Dola Hammerheads that we need at the moment.
Wow, we got a posse. This is kind of nice.
So, I want to show off, we're only doing an additional damage when we swing now, but now that we actually have our Dola Hammerheads, you'll notice that they're actually dealing a sizable amount of damage to the enemy Dola Hammerheads. This is because we are currently, it's 8-1. Yeah, we are at a grade 8, rank 1 for Dola Hammer. We can get exactly 1 more Dola Hammerhead shard before farming it is no longer viable. The last one that we get will give us our 5th Dola Hammerhead and also increase its overall damage output slightly. So yeah, I had to be here in this room for nearly a fucking hour.
Wow. That's a lot of time.
Because I specifically am not skilled enough to actually beat Vepar with Miriam's base loadout on hard mode fresh. If this was New Game Plus, I could actually take out Vepar really easily because New Game Plus allows you to keep a majority of your items and equipment from the first run, with the exception of a very specific progression progression important piece. But you'll notice that even with my increased level, which I think I'm a total of 3 levels higher at the moment, I'm still taking 58 fucking points of damage from these Dola Hammerheads.
Right. It's not the damage you're taking, it's the percentage of your health bar that it takes out that's important as you level up.
There's that, but even at 58, I still can only take, 3 before I have to leave? Yeah, it's 3 before I have to leave.
Huh. There's a lot of blood on the ground.
There is a lot of blood, and I don't have fucking Bloodsteel yet to capitalize on it. Not that
Miriam
it helped me that much.
Miriam can get Bloodsteel?
Yeah, Miriam can get Bloodsteel. I definitely showed that off during, I definitely showed off that she still fights Bloodless during her campaign.
Yeah? I don't remember you
and the
Bloodsteel.
The spell that she gets for killing Bloodless is Bloodsteel.
Bloodless's signature move.
Well, honestly, I would qualify Bloodless's signature move as the not Scarlet Cyclone, but
Scarlet Thrust.
No, not Scarlet Thrust either, but the
oh, danger.
Whatever the fuck the thrust spell is that where she holds the tornado, holds the tornado out of her umbrella. No. Bloodless's signature fucking spell is Blood Rain because that thing will one-shot you if you don't actually know how the fuck to prepare for it.
Blood Rain.
Yeah, Blood Rain is fucking amazing. It's why Bloodless still gets access to it during her playthrough, and it just absolutely wrecks Bale. I did show that off when we did the Bloodless run. And now you'll notice that one of the bigger problems that Bloodstained still actually has is that the familiars don't exactly work all the damn time.
Yeah, why is there only one of them now?
Yeah, the others are in the other room waiting to catch up to us.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I could in fact force their respawn by unequipping and then re-equipping them, but I have to unequip them, come back to the main screen, wait for the transition to happen, then re-equip them, then wait for all 5 of them to do their entry animation. So yeah, we're just going to go deal with this one right now. So
I see that
really
these
wish that I
solutions
didn't have to do this grinding, but a majority of the grinding that I end up doing for the playthrough, I actually do end up doing off screen. So this is this and one other major instance are the only 2 major grinding parts that I remember that I keep in.
Oh, we see a lot of exposition as to Mr. Gerdet's processes during this playthrough.
Not a lot, honestly. I do cut out most of the grinding, but I wanted to show off two specific instances because hard mode doesn't exactly play nice when it comes to grinding. Miriam's normal mode run can be done after the first playthrough without much grinding because you get a majority of the skills that you need just going through the bosses. And as long as you're, as long as you don't give up, there we go. Finally, fucking Lee.
Got it. Well, I see that just like we are getting smacked around and smacking back, yes, solutions come with them their own problems at times. Like trying to stay alive while farming for these very funny bouncy heads that are going to be our pals while we go through the Galleon.
Well, not just the Galleon. For most of the game, we're never going to take these off if we can help it. Anyway, in the next episode, we'll finally take on Vepar, the first boss. Be safe, everybody.